Our La Nina is still in progress. It's still on the borderline of weak to moderate, being very close to 1 degree Celsius below average in the Niña 3.4 region. We're expecting it to be weakening, but even through last week, it's still holding at the same level. However, a lot of the supporting variables are beginning to break down. For example, the enhanced trade winds across the tropical Pacific have weakened quite a bit, and that's partly due to within-season oscillations, and it may or may not continue. Also, the Southern Oscillation Index, showing the pressure patterns between west and east, part of the tropical Pacific, have weakened back toward neutral. But most importantly, the temperature of the water below the surface in the eastern half of the tropical Pacific Ocean has retreated back toward neutral, and that portends a return to neutral in the next month or two of the sea surface temperature. So most of the models correspondingly are forecasting weakening, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if by the end of March we're into the weak or the neutral category, being less than 1/2 of a degree below average. We don't know exactly when it will re-enter neutral. In fact, a couple of the models are saying it's not going to come back to neutral, but most of them are. And a few of them have some warming toward the end of the calendar year toward El Nino levels. But this is all speculative at this point because we're facing the Northern Hemisphere spring predictability barrier, a period between March and June where it's very hard to predict. So our best bet is to predict either just that we don't know or neutral conditions beyond about 4 months into the future. As far as the climate forecast coming out of this expected ENSO situation, patterns do not correspond very well to expected La Nina patterns because the La Nina is expected to be weakened, and therefore, for example, in northeastern South America, we have a dryish prediction, just the opposite of what you would expect in a La Nina, but partly that's because of some below normal sea surface temperature in the tropical Atlantic off the coast of Brazil. Other features of our forecast, the western U.S. is supposed to, according to the forecast, tend to be below normal in precipitation, a very unwelcome forecast, and also above average is expected in the Philippines and in southeastern Asia for the next several months. And there you have it. And so returning to neutral climate forecasts governed by things other than ENSO and just a little bit of the tail end of the La Nina.